We are in the dog days of the Broncos offseason. So here's my pitch to everyone watching right now. For all of our new subscribers, any new subs coming from today's show, let me know what you want to see on a future Broncos breakdown. Just comment your best show idea down below. All I ask is that you put hashtag Broncos in your comment. That way I can just Command F that bad boy and get it up. And we'll get some show ideas inspired by the people for the people. So make sure you subscribe and get those show ideas in down below. What's going on, Broncos country? Welcome into the Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. Matthew Peterson here, breaking down some fresh, juicy Broncos rumors on a late day in June. So, first up on the show, we're going to look at an interesting Baron Browning trade that was proposed from Bleacher Report that sends him to the Jets. And later on in the show, we're going to check out an interesting Randy Gregory story I think you guys will like. But first, Bleacher Report suggesting the Broncos trade Baron Browning to the New York Jets. Now, if you don't remember, Browning was a third-round pick for Denver back in 2021, George Payton's first draft class. And over this past offseason, he made the move to outside linebacker from inside linebacker. I think it's important to note that Broncos only have 5 picks as of now for the 2023 NFL Draft. So we've talked a lot about trades the last couple of videos, and I am of the belief that if a trade is going to happen, it's not going to be Denver acquiring more players and losing more picks, but the opposite. So I wouldn't be blown away if Payton looks to maybe pick up an extra pick here or there because he's got a pretty small hand right now for the 2023 NFL Draft. So here's Bleacher Report's trade idea. Pretty simple. The Broncos get a 2023 third-round pick, and the Jets get Baron Browning. A very simple swap, right? A third-round pick in 2021 for a third-round pick in 2023. A day 2 pick for a backup player. Sign me up. And this is not me saying Baron Browning had a bad rookie season, or I don't believe Baron Browning can have a great career in the NFL. But if someone is going to offer you a day 2 pick, when as of stands right now, you only have 5 picks in the entire 2023 NFL Draft, you say yes in as many languages as Rosetta Stone has available. You just cannot pass up on that high of a pick for someone who is not even a starter. And this is not an anti-Baron Browning show. I thought he had a lot of great moments last season. Remember the Cowboys game when everyone came to play, including Browning? But last year, 14 games, started like 9 games, 58 tackles, a couple for loss, no sacks, some PBUs to go along with it. The interesting thing about Baron Browning this offseason was the move from inside linebacker to outside linebacker always puzzled me because let's just face it, that's not breaking news, right? A third-round pick making a move from the inside to the outside, that's not going to move the needle much. But let me just kind of look at this a little closer and explain why I thought that move back in February was a little peculiar. Because let's look at the depth chart right now for the Broncos defensive line. You have plenty of depth at the outside linebacker position, right? You just signed Randy Gregory. You're hoping to get a full-on, bounce-back season from Bradley Chubb. Your first draft pick was an edge rusher in Nick Bonito. Malik Reed led the team in sacks 3 seasons ago. You have Jonathan Cooper, a late pick from last year, who also showed great potential. You're pretty set at outside linebacker, okay? I don't think that is a position that you need a ton of help with, in my opinion. But as for the inside linebacker position, that is one that I was a little confused. Why did they make that move, right? That was not a position, that's a position that they don't have a ton of depth in. Outside of Josie Jewell, Alex Singleton has not shown he is a week-to-week starter. Showed a lot of special teams promise last year for Philly. But aside from that, I never saw a ton of belief or depth at this position. So why are you taking away resources from a position you're already thin at and allocating it to a position group where you have tons of riches and plenty of depth at? So let's show Bleacher Report's trade idea one more time. And now this time I'll ask you guys to weigh in and let me know if you would do this trade. Yes or no, as simple as can be. Would you trade Baron Browning to the New York Jets for a third-round pick? I'm not asking to trade Baron Browning. What I am asking, if you think Baron Browning is worth more than a third-round pick, you comment yes, because that's what I am putting down below. Next up on the show, Randy Gregory. That's who Bleacher Report believes will be the biggest disappointment for the Broncos in 2022. So we're going to check out that in just a second. But listen, the NBA draft is just a few days away. So if you are looking for a spot to watch the NBA draft, but not have to wait for the TV broadcast to catch up to the Woj bombs and the Shams treats, follow us here at Chat Sports. Watch our live stream coverage with Chase Sr. and Harrison Graham, who will be breaking down every single pick live when it actually happens, not when the ESPN broadcast says it happens. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. On to the Randy Gregory side of the story. Bleacher Report selected him as their disappointment candidate for the Broncos in 2022. Now remember, Denver signed Gregory to a 5-year, $70 million contract back in March with about $28 million in guarantees. When they signed him to that big deal, they knew about the injuries, okay? As he is currently rehabbing from a shoulder surgery he got back in March shortly after signing that contract. And that's why he hasn't done a damn thing throughout all of OTAs or minicamp. But last season for the Cowboys, you finally saw, at least Cowboys finally saw, what they've been trying to see out of Randy Gregory since he came into the league in 2015. 6 sacks and 3 forced fumbles, but his ability to get to the quarterback and create pressures and hurries, that's his calling card right there. Randy Gregory has had some issues staying on the field, whether it was suspensions or injuries, we know this. But he turned a page after being reinstated, I believe a second time, in 2020. And if you compare his 2020 to 2021 stats to the 3 prior seasons, 2015 to 2018, with some suspensions mixed in between, in 6 fewer games, he had 2.5 more sacks and 4 more forced fumbles. All I can hope for Randy Gregory this season is 14 games. I think that's an appropriate number to ask for out of a guy you've never seen play a full season. It's not ideal that he's entering training camp with a new team, and this new team has a new regime installed, that he's going to be missing a lot of stuff with his shoulder surgery. Hopefully he's ready to go around training camp, but wouldn't be shocked if they go, hey, we just gave you $28 million guaranteed. We're not going to push it. We'll check out some more Randy Gregory notes in just a moment, but help me settle an office debate I've got going with my little pod desk mate, Tom Downey, who has an Android. It's very sad. Personally, I'm all about iMessage, so I go iPhone. But Terrorist Tom, as I call him, has an Android, and here's the issue with that. We were golfing last weekend, and he tried to show me a video of him teeing off, and it looked like it was out of America's funniest home videos from the 1990s. That's how bad it was on his Android. So let me know, which one are you? Are you an iPhone person, or are you an Android person? Going back to the Randy Gregory side of things here. In his career, we can look at all the games he's played. Going back to 2015, in his rookie season where he played 12 games. And of available snaps, meaning games he was active for, he played 31% of the snaps. The highest he's ever played snap-wise in his entire Cowboy career was 55% of snaps back in 2021, last season, when he also played in 12 games. So you've never really seen him be close to a 2 to 3 down player, right? Outside of, 4th down, punting it away, he plays 1.5 downs per game, it kind of looks like, or 2.5 sometimes like that. But he's never really been a reliable pass rusher. If you want to compare that to, say, Bradley Chubb, who we've all been frustrated at times about the injuries, not in his control, but even Chubb, who's had some bad injuries, he's been able to get out on the field a lot more, right? 78% of snaps his rookie season. That 2019 season, when he only played in 4 games, even when he was playing, he played in nearly all the snaps possible. And last season, coming back from the ankle injury, 60% of snaps. So that's something we would like to see Randy Gregory work his way up towards. Can he be on the field more consistently, even when he is healthy? So let's play a quick game to kind of wrap up the show. Over or under 6 sacks for Randy Gregory in 2022. Let me know which side you're going with. You want to go with the overs club or you want to take the under? Let me know which one it is down below. I'll go over. I'll take 7 sacks for Randy Gregory. Career high is 6. I'm not going to get wild and say he's going to go double digits in his first season in Denver. First, I got to see him play close to a full season. But I think 7 sacks in year 1 is an appropriate number to give number 94 or number 5 now. I hate that. That is just stupid. Anyway, that's what we're going to wrap up the show with. Make sure you subscribe here at the channel. If you want more passionate rants about the number change being the stupidest thing to happen to the NFL, make sure you hit that big red button and subscribe.